Alright, y'all. I honestly thought this thing was gonna suck. My expectations were so low that I put off trying it out for weeks after I got it. You see, this is something that I never would have considered buying unless I had a ton of extra cash laying around. But I must say, after finally giving it a shot, I'm actually blown away. Today, I want to talk about the Hover Air X1 Pro Max. Now, wait, okay, because if you're anything like me before I tried this drone out, you're probably about to click off the video because you think you'd have absolutely no use for a drone. I was in the same boat, but I really think I'll be using this on many more rides to come. And I'd like to explain what I liked about it, what I didn't, and how I think this drone could be used for dirt bike riding. Now, I want to be completely transparent. This is not a full review, okay? This is only my first impressions. Also, Hover Air did reach out and sent me the drone for free, but I am not required to say anything positive about it whatsoever. They just want honest feedback. So here I am giving my honest feedback. So like I said, I received the package from Hover Air a few weeks ago, and I put off testing it out for a while because my expectations were pretty low. I had seen videos all over social media about this thing, like on Instagram and stuff, and they looked cool at first, but it seemed like the people would just cut the clip right before the drone was about to lose the subject, or the rider was about to go out of the frame or something like that. So that made me think, okay, this is probably a pretty gimmicky device and it doesn't really work as advertised. But yesterday, I was gonna go on a little chill ride with my girlfriend, and I figured this would be the perfect way to test this drone out. So I did the unboxing. They sent me the drone itself, 3 additional batteries, a charging hub that can charge 2 batteries at once, a power adapter so you can charge it from a wall outlet, and a combo case that holds everything. Now, in the packaging, they also sent this sample of the material they used to build the cage around the propellers of the drone, and on it, they encourage you to try to break it or rip it, which I thought was really a neat way to show how strong and durable the construction is. I've never seen any other company do something like that before, so that was pretty neat. Now, what's interesting about this drone is that it doesn't come with a standard remote control or any sort of beacon thing that you hold on your person so it can track you. Now, they do sell that separately, but it doesn't come with that, and it doesn't need to have that to be used. It simply registers your body as the subject, and then it tracks you all by itself as it flies. And this is exactly what had me skeptical, because I was like, how in the heck is this thing going to be able to keep up its tracking without following any sort of controller or physical device, right? Like, it's probably going to lose the subject, it's probably going to have issues. But anyway, I followed the instructions, which were honestly pretty simple. You just charged it up, download the app, you let the drone connect to the app, and after that, you don't even need to have your phone on.
I just went on
current mode,
follow. And it's pretty cool because you just thought you
middle, follow.
do one of these guys.
Please hold the device to face the user.
Okay.
Middle, follow.
All right.
You turn it on, you select the mode you want to use. I used the follow mode for this video. And then you press the big button. You face the camera toward yourself so it records what it wants to track. And then it just takes off right from the palm of your hand and starts recording as it flies. Then, when you're done, you just put your hand about a foot below it and it will land right in your palm and stop recording. So like I said, no controller needed, and you don't even need your phone to start the flight. So after reviewing the footage you see here, I was super impressed. Honestly, I was really surprised. Now granted, my girlfriend and I weren't riding around super fast, and we weren't going through any tight trails with a ton of overhanging trees and branches, but the drone did an incredible job at keeping the rider perfectly in the center of the frame while still being very smooth. The video quality and the color looks great to me, and when going between lighter and darker areas, the auto exposure does a great job at keeping the image brightness stable the whole entire time. The camera quality was another area where I kind of expected this drone to perform really poorly, but I'm happy to say the camera is great. Now, as far as the battery goes, from 100% charge, I was able to get about 15 minutes of footage shooting at 4K 30 frames per second. So if I carried those 3 spare batteries along, I could definitely see myself getting around 45 minutes to an hour of footage. Now, I did end up running the battery completely down to 2%, and at that point, the drone just stopped tracking me and it landed right where it was. Now, I could definitely see something happening where you'd be riding along and not realize the battery died, and then you'd have to retrace your steps to find it. But luckily, the app on your phone has a tracking feature so that you can locate the drone if it happens to crash or stop tracking you. Now, I didn't really test this out, but I've seen some other videos of people using it, and it seems to work okay. Now, the app was pretty decent, although this is where I'd like to see some improvements on HoverAir's end. The app's a bit clunky to navigate at first. It doesn't really seem like a standard app. Things are kind of a little bit all over the place. But once you do figure out where everything is at, it's pretty easy to remember. Luckily, this is just software, so I do imagine and hope that HoverAir will be making these sorts of improvements in the future. That being said, it's pretty dang simple just to connect the drone up to the app and download your footage right to your phone when you're done flying. I did like that part of it. Now, obviously, the riding we're doing in this video was pretty tame, so I'll still need to do more tests to see how it performs at full speed riding for like motocross tracks or fast and flowy trails. And I also want to test how well it performs in the woods on really tight trails. I'd imagine this is where you'd start running into issues with tracking or hitting branches and stuff of that nature. But since they did send me this for free, I really don't have a problem pushing it to its limit, so I definitely will be keeping you guys posted on that front. Now, originally, like I said, I did not get the beacon or controller, but I have seen other people on YouTube attach the beacon to their handlebars, which adds some nice features like a little alert if the drone stops tracking you or it gets out of range. But I did just get another package in the mail from them today, which included their beacon and joystick bundle, so I will be testing those out in the future for sure. So, who is this thing for anyway? Because like I said, prior to giving the HoverAir a try, I probably would have never bought it. But since trying it out and seeing how freaking cool the footage looks, I will certainly be using it for my videos in the future. And knowing what I know now, I would say I'd consider buying one as an addition to a point of view action camera setup for, filming my rides and stuff. I mean, you see the footage here. It's really freaking cool, honestly. See, the thing I really like about a simple action camera setup is just how simple it is. Like I said, it doesn't really take away from the riding experience at all because you can just press record and go. And I thought this drone would be a bit of a pain, but honestly, I've had the same experience with it. It just takes off from your hand. You don't need a controller or anything else to do it. It basically fits in any small pocket or camelback. I even put it in my handlebar bag on my 125 and it did fit in there. And like I said, it just takes off right from your hand and it does all the work while you do the riding. Now, obviously, you do have to pay a little bit of attention to it, following behind you to make sure it's still keeping up. But to me, this felt the same as if I was just riding with my buddy, glancing back every once in a while to make sure they're navigating the trail okay. So it didn't really distract me that much from riding. And then you see the footage the drone gets, and I mean, it's just amazing. It shows an entirely new perspective that you just can't get with POV footage alone. It's just really freaking cool. Honestly, like I said, it blew me away. Plus, you don't need to be a drone pilot or spend hours figuring out how the thing works, setting it up. The setup was really simple. I did it in probably like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes after I charged the battery. And I will say the batteries do charge pretty fast as well. And yeah, once you get it set up, you just turn it on and you go riding, which is a must for me. Like, I want stuff to be simple. I don't want to have to jump through a bunch of hoops to use it, or else I just never will. And that's one of the things that I thought, like, this would be more hassle than it is benefit, but that completely changed my perspective on that. I definitely think it's very easy to use, which, like I said, is a must for me. And I think most people just casually filming their rides, like, they don't want something that is going to be a hassle. So the easier and the simpler you can get, the better. And if it, as long as it does just work, and that's the thing, it does. So once again, I just want to be 100% transparent with you. Hover Air did send me this product, but they did not require me to say anything specific about it. So these are my completely honest opinions. That being said, if you are interested in purchasing one, I do have an affiliate link in the description below. So if you purchase through that, I will get a small commission, which does help out the channel at no extra cost to you. But obviously, if you're not interested, don't buy the thing. Do your research on it, think about it more, as with any product. I don't want to just sit here and like sell you a bunch of products that you don't need. So I'm going to continue to test it out more. I'm really excited to get back out and use this thing and like push it to its limits. Like I said, luckily that is a benefit for them sending it over to me, is I didn't spend my money on it, so I can like push it pretty far. So I want to do that definitely. And I do think this new perspective of the third person view will be a great addition to the videos moving forward. I'm so excited to see what that looks like, and not needing to stop the ride and have my buddy like stand on the side of the trail with his phone filming me is a must. Like, I hate doing that. That's why I never do it. I just prefer the POV from the GoPro or something. And so I think having this drone, just being able to throw it in your bag, having it with you at all times, and then if something exciting on the trail happens, you just send it up in the air, let it film you for a little bit, have it land in your palm, and you keep on your merry way. So anyway, if you want to see more Soup Moto, check out the video on screen now. And I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.